All right, guys, we're back with this drone. It's the Recon 5 Lite by Recon FPV. I constantly been looking for like longer flight times, and I'm getting decent flight times with the 1700 milliamp 4S high voltage, which gets me like 10 minutes, which is like a really good flight time. But I want to try my hand at making my own lithium-ion cell batteries. Tabless cells, they're like $4.99 a piece, so you can save a lot of money if you have the supplies, and even if you just have a soldering iron, you can get by doing it like that. They're 4,000 milliamp. They have up to a 70 amp peak, which is nice. So I'm gonna try my hand at hopefully doing this without blowing something up. I'm gonna build my own pack. You don't really have to do this if you're gonna 3D print a tray. They're basically little stickers that stick right over the end like that, just to protect the top tab from hitting the bottom, which is the negative, so you don't want that. But I think I'm just gonna 3D print like a tray that should protect it pretty well. And you'll need balance leads, 5-pin balance leads right off Amazon. So heat shrink, sticky covers if you want them. This, you can use a soldering iron. You're just gonna wanna have like a wide tip, like so. That way you can deliver as much heat as possible, as quick as possible, because you don't wanna let the soldering iron sit on that the cell for very long. Now we'll find a print off Bamboo Lab. All right, guys, that's what we have. Just a top and a bottom, basically just a nice thin tray. All right, that's how they turned out. And then that'll keep it all nice and tight while we get soldered in here. So basically what we're gonna do is our positive lead is gonna go into this one, our negative lead is gonna go into this one. So we'll have to follow this down, connect from here to here, follow this up, connect from here to here, follow it back down, connect from here to here, and then our negative lead will come out. I've already pre-cut the nickel strips, so they should fit pretty good. I'm also gonna sand. I'm just gonna rough up the bottom and the top, the positive and the negative, just to kind of make the solder stick a little bit better. So it just scuffs it up a little bit. So we'll do that on all of them. We'll be back to spot weld it. I got this off Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description. We'll do some testing and see what's going to be the perfect setting for it. All right, I've got some test strips right here, so we'll just test. Oh yeah, looks like 9 maybe. And so our positive lead will go here, our negative lead will go here. We'll just start like this. We'll connect negative to positive here, and we'll just follow the current the way it's gonna go. Just kind of lift up on it. It seems pretty sturdy. We'll follow it up. We'll go from here to here. Positive coming in, negative going out. So through here, up through here, and then we'll connect these. So we are good. I'll probably take it upstairs now and finish it out. We'll go ahead and get just a little bit of paste. All right, here's the tricky part. You want to make sure you do this as quick as possible. So we'll go like this. All right, that's probably good. So that's the positive side. We'll go ahead and do this negative side. All right, the negative side didn't turn out that great, but I think it's still gonna be a good connection. So we'll proceed. Just double check you have the right wire going to the right tab on this. Again, we're gonna try and do this as fast as we can. And again, negative. That was a little longer than I wanted, but Might actually reheat it and kind of angle these in. To basically set up for attaching the balance lead, you're going to want to put a little small strip of solder right on the nickel tab, or the nickel strip going across. I'm going to do a little pool of solder on kind of the negative side, and then I'll do that for all of these. So negative side here, I'll put a little pool there, and negative side here, I'll put a little pool there, and then we'll just tap it. The order of this can get, the more cells, the trickier it can get. The red wire, we'll just call that 1, is going to go to your positive, and then the second wire, we'll call that 2. That goes through the center into the very first negative of the positive. So basically, straight down from positive, your second wire is going to go to this tab here. Your third will go straight from here to the top, and then your fourth is going to go back down. Number 4 will go down through the center, and it'll connect to this, the negative side of this. And then the very last one you have is going to just connect to right there on top of the negative side, or where your pigtail's connected. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put the balance lead kind of where I'm going to want it. I feel like that should be enough hanging out to where I can charge it okay. Take a little piece of electrical tape. I'm just gonna tape it to the lead just to hold it in place. And then I'm gonna go through and cut all the lengths of wire. We'll call it good right there. And then this far, the last one here, we'll call it good right about there. The first one's gotta go under to one side. It's gonna be this side. This one's gonna go straight to this. And then this one's gonna go back down through. So go right there. All right, so we have all the lengths, so now we can undo this tape and we can go through and tin, or strip and tin all of the ends of all these leads. All right, now it's just a matter of tacking all these where they're supposed to go. Add a little bit more to that one too. All right, so this one will go down into the positive side, or the positive side of the pigtail side, so right here. Second one's gonna go straight across to this one. Third one's going back down to the other side. That's all the balance leads. But first we need to check to make sure we have all of these leads soldered up correctly. We'll go ahead and hook this balance lead up to the bottom here. Right there, it has cells 1, 2, 3, 4, which is what you want. If you were to plug this in and you had, you know, cell 1, 3, 4, and 6 or something like that, you know that you soldered it up wrong, so you got to start over. So at this point, we'll go ahead and get the Hi-Temp tape on, and we'll get this thing heat shrinked. All right, what I didn't mention in the intro is there's also this Hi-Temp tape. You're kind of supposed to put over all the places you solder, basically. I don't think you have to do this, but it's probably a good idea. So I'll link this too. All right, so that's what it looks like there. Kind of went on both sides of the balance lead, and that's the bottom, and we'll heat shrink it up. All right, I'm not trying to add like too much weight, but I I am going to put just a little bit of duct tape around this, both ends, and this, just for a little bit more durability. So there's that. We'll cut this heat shrink a little wider on both sides. Shrinks a lot. Let's see, let's try that and see what happens. It's not the prettiest heat shrink job, but I'm gonna trim this a little bit, but there it is. It's a 4-cell, 4,000 milliamp, 21,700 cell lithium ion pack. Let's pull the scale out. It is 295 grams. Next shot, we'll be out in the field testing it. All right, it is time to test this bad boy out. It's a beast. Hopefully this thing can lift it. Like genuinely, this could be a problem. So plug it in, get satellites, and we'll take it up. All right, first thing, we're pulling about, we'll just call it 8 amps. I'm at like 56% throttle. And this is the very first flight with this pack. So we'll do a route just like, we'll just go ahead and roll through a nice route and kind of just do loops around and see how long of a flight time we can get. Yeah, just going out that direction, it's such a bad headwind, but I'm at 3.78 volts per cell, and it's 4.5 minutes, so we'll keep rolling. All right, so it just passed me again. We're sitting at 3.64 volts per cell. We're at 10 minutes of flight time. I guess I plan on trying to get to 3.2, I think is the safe. I mean, you can go, I think you can go all the way down to like 2.8, but I kind of want to prolong the life of the cells. And also, I mean, we're at 10 minutes. If I can get 20 minutes, which technically I think I should be able to. I mean, I'm not going to be flying too many times that it's going to be over 20 minutes, so we'll see how far we get. As someone that's mostly used lipos, flying away from me at 3.5 volts feels so weird. All right, my voltage is barking at me now. We've used 1,800 milliamps. We should be able to get to 3,000, I would think. No problem. All right, we're at 3.38 per cell. We're at 18 minutes, 2,400 milliamps. Thinking I'll do one more lap, see where that gets us. Thinking I might just do some laps around these fields right here. Just because I've never flown this pack, and if the voltage starts dropping fast on the lower end, we'll be all right. All right, we're at 3.22 volts per cell. And the goal is reached. I'll be at 22 minutes by the time I get back here, which is so sick. That's it. Basically 23 minutes. And if you can only feel how heavy this thing is, it's just a nice addition for, you know, a lightweight drone. You're not going to lose the GoPro and stuff, and you can take it like a camping spot down where I camp in Moab. There's a ridge line that you could just fly. I mean, if you had 23 minutes to fly it, I mean, obviously it's going to be a little bit lower than that, only because you're flying up a ridge and stuff, but still, if you have 15 minutes to fly way out there, it's pretty sick. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully it's helpful. If you have any questions at all, just put them down in the comments, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.